Check it out.
Check
Whoa, what's it all about?
Notre Dame is the tougher football team than Ohio State.
Oh, no. I can't believe we reached this part of the show.
Browns are on the up and up.
When I'm talking driver's seat, I'm talking. I just want to know where Lou Holtz is right now.
Well, that's okay. Because now you're going to get me on my soapbox. Everyone.
Jet Sports 3 and Out.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Fenner. He's Cameron Knupp. We've got producer John in the building as well. We've got Jet Sports 3 and Out coming at you once again. My man, how was the holiday? Well, Thanksgiving time, right?
Lots of good people, lots of good food. Lots of good people, lots of good food. Typical
football?
Thanksgiving, lots of football.
Great football.
We had the game. We had Pitt playing in a very meaningful football game. That did not go very well for them. Really, the whole slate for me did not go great, but it was still very entertaining. I enjoyed it.
I was going to say, that was a tough beat for
It was a
Pitt.
great day for football.
I know.
Packers squeeze out a win.
I knew you were going
Chiefs
to. You're
lose.
speaking specifically about the 1 o'clock window on Thanksgiving Day, right?
I'll say this.
And the Chiefs losing, man. That's always a plus.
And we've talked about this off camera. I've been following this Lane Kiffin debacle like it's my mother with the Kardashians. I mean, it's been – you want to talk about reality TV. Like, I'm completely fascinated by it. I don't know about you, but –
No, it's certainly a changing world in college football as it is everywhere else. But on one hand, it's unbelievable. On the other hand, it is like the most believable.
Right. Yeah.
You're shocked
when you
but
look at
not
his track
surprised.
record.
Yeah, if
Especially
it's
with
any other coach, you're like, all right, that's insane. But Lane, yeah, it's like, all right, I get it.
I feel bad for the kids. I feel bad for everybody at Ole Miss with the season that they're having, and I empathize with the situation that Lane Kiffin was in. But the whole college football calendar just has to be reevaluated. I think
100%. I mean, it's not right that you're boxed into these windows of when it falls in the calendar. One transfer portal window. It just doesn't make any sense. If you're going to be a coach that wants to aspire to go to a different spot like that, the way it's set up is not conducive to getting the players you're going to need, the staff, et cetera. It's all mismanaged in terms of the way the calendar's laid out. I would assume and I would hope this type of move, this type of play will enforce some of that to change because it's crazy to imagine being like, we're going to take a program to the playoff for the first time and do something that hasn't been done before. And he's like, well, I got to go. Because I got to take this job.
In that vein, like I don't necessarily know if I agree with the career move of going to LSU. I know that might be a hot take, but I think you've built this monster that Ole Miss is now. I think you can kind of continue that for just about as long as you want to. I get the name Ole Miss is attractive, but if you've already built it where you're standing, the grass isn't always greener, as they say. So I would have wanted to coach that team in the playoff because I think they could have been pretty dangerous. But
how do you guys feel about the transfer portal right now?
Listen, I always thought like from a player's perspective, I think it's great. Like I think that, for instance, us doing what we do, like if I was in media and I go to a school and I decide it just isn't for me, there's nothing holding me back from going somewhere else and, changing
but mid-season,
schools and doing all that. I don't know about mid-season, but I think the transfer portal as a concept in general is fine. Yeah. I think there's definitely got to be, like we talked about, I think it's the calendar that's not conducive right now. Like I think once you should at least have to finish the season
right.
where you're at.
Like the pros, or at least wait till like the national championship, and then you guys can go anywhere.
Yeah. Or we have to, and listen, if you want to treat them like professionals, then you got to pay them like professionals, right? And which some of them are already getting paid like professionals, but
paid like
contracts.
It's no exactly. Yeah. There's no collective bargaining. Yeah. There's no contracts.
You got to collectively bargain, and right now the universities aren't willing to do that, and they've got to pay the piper then if you're not going to let them treat them like employees.
I don't believe we're even close to that. I know there's some people that probably think they are. I don't think that's close to happening either. No. So
I agree. I think I can see a world in which, especially the way the playoff looks like it's going to shake out right now, I can see a world in which the SEC and the Big Ten want to go do their own thing, which I think that would kind of ruin college football. But,
Yeah, I think
That I think is where we're headed.
but I think it's where we're headed. Unfortunately,
Almost like the AFC NFC model.
Because like right now, I've always said and we've talked about my allegiance to my school on this show before. I've always wanted, like, I'm half tempted to just be like, Group of 5, you play for your own title.
Sure.
Because if you're not going to give them a seat at the table,
right.
like already there are people griping that there's a possibility 2 Group of 5 teams get into the title game. My feeling on that is, look, it's just like the NFL, right? You know going into the year what the paths are to the playoff. If you're in a particularly tough division, there's a chance you win the division, you go to the playoffs. If you don't, you got to be one of the wild card teams. They call it in college football at large. So like to me, the big conferences reap the rewards of being in the big conference and getting all the TV money and this, that, and the third, the name recognition. But then they want to complain our schedule's too hard. You know what I mean? So to me, it's crying over spoiled milk, and whoever gets into the playoff deserves to be in there. There's always going to be – we could go to a 64-team playoff. 65 and 66 are still going to be PO that they didn't make it.
Right.
So,
I think all college sports across the country, it's never going to be perfect.
no, absolutely
It's no
not.
matter the sport, it's never going to be perfect. I mean, it's that weird waiting period, and it's that prospect period for the pros. Yeah. It's never going to be like the pros, no matter how close it is. Well, speaking of, the one sport that is probably the most passionate fans and the most passionate rivalries, what do we got today, guys?
Well, we are going to talk about a top 5. I think we were going to hit a little fantasy first.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll hit a little top 5. Our top 5 for this week being top 5 sports rivalries. And that's going to be
stay tuned.
Really tough to narrow down. I've got I have a longer list of honorable mentions than I have for my 5 because there's so many to go to.
I kept there's another page. I was going to say I kept my honorable mentions pretty.
He's got 3 pages printed out now.
We can do my honorable mentions after, but
sure.
This was another tough one.
That'll be on the Patreon.
Yeah. On the Patreon. Nice.
But I want to dive first into a little boomer bust. We didn't get there last time. Let's talk a little fantasy. We don't have to take too much time. But what do you? I want you to start boom or bust, and then
it's not. First of all, it's not looking good for the home team.
Oh no!
I think right now we're sitting at 5-7 with what one.
That sounds awesome compared to what I'm sitting at. So.
Yeah, but the playoffs at this point are a pipe dream.
I haven't thought of the playoffs in weeks.
Man, what's that like, guys?
Just saying.
Pretty so number 1, 10-3 right now.
All that to say, we did take an L this week. AJ Brown though finally got his head out of his what.
Yeah.
And was my boom, had 30 points. So I'll take that. I don't think I actually got to watch the Eagles game. I forget what I was doing on Sunday. Oh, I worked. I was watching the Steelers and Bills and the Browns game, which
don't lie, you were on the treadmill doing the AJ Brown commercial.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Recreating
I was doing. The treadmill, 100%. Bust for me is Justin Herbert, which is very disappointing. He had 13 points.
I also have him.
He had I think he was injured halfway through I think he got hurt in the middle of the game.
They were talking about like a broken either wrist or hand, like a non-throwing hand.
Even before that though, he had been playing.
He's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like what?
Hey, Matt Stafford played with a dislocated shoulder, man.
Yeah, these guys are built different.
That is a crazy clip.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not. We had some injuries early in the year, and we're just.
Yeah, I just want to say before you get into this,
it's tough with 3 flexes to put a good team out there.
So I just want to say my team right now, I got Burrow back this week, which was great.
That's big.
But now I have 5 players. 5 of my best players are all questionable right now. Whether they're out, whether it's Amon-Ra St. Brown being out, or they're all my best players are questionable.
Oh, I feel so bad for you with all my IR guys I lost starting in week 2. I feel so sorry for you, John.
Yeah, man, I got George Kittle back. I got Burrow back now.
That sounds terrible.
Now everybody else is going.
10-3 first. I got a bunch of questionable guys.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know
really
what's
tough.
going on, man.
That's brutal. Speaking of my injured, bruised and battered and beaten up team, my boom for this week was a rare Terry McLaurin sighting.
Wow.
Finally back on the field for the old Washington Commanders. One of many.
Terry.
Well, he's been scary in terms of lack of production for most of the year and lack of time in the lineup. I think he got to be 22.
Okay,
we'll take
big
that.
Number for him.
And
shout out you, Scary Terry.
Shout out you, Scary Terry. The only problem is, the likes of Malik Neighbors, Tucker Kraft. the list goes on. All these guys out for this, just brutal injury luck this year. I'm just going to keep complaining. That's what this entire setup is for.
That's why we had to do this first.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So Terry McLaurin getting it done. Unfortunately, not enough supporting cast to pull off a W. My bust. I'm coming at you. This is personal. Chris Boswell, man. 1 point.
What about
One?
Boz, man?
Hey.
One. That dude's like automatically like penciling 8 to 9 every week.
Well, they
I never
got
got to
blame
worry
him,
about
man.
it.
Kicking
I
extra
know.
points.
That's why I
All
figured
right,
this would
all
be a
right, so
therapeutic
it's
moment.
The
not
bus
really
is not
his
Chris
fault.
Boswell. The
Of
bus
all
is the
the-
Pittsburgh
Of
offense.
all the problems on that team, I promise you that Chris Boswell is not the one we need to be having beef with.
Well, I'm the one having the issue with 1 fantasy point, and I'm counting on close to double digits for my hapless team.
My bus is kind of close to yours. It's not a certain player, but it's just the entire Minnesota offense.
the whole thing,
The whole thing, man. All the way to the coaching staff. 0 points.
the whole offense had 0 points.
The whole game.
They got shut out.
They got shut out.
By,
I thought you meant
Seattle.
fantasy points. I was like, what league do you play in? That you have the whole offense.
They
I was
just went QB Neal the entire
Yeah.
game.
They got negative points.
Yeah.
No. Jay Jets had like 2 points, I think. He's not on my team, but I just thought that shocker.
What game was that? Who they
They
played?
got shut out by Seattle, right?
Seattle, yeah. I mean, Seattle's defense is insane.
Seattle, good football team.
But not a single
Called that
field goal,
preseason.
nothing.
You did call that.
Yeah.
He did.
And that
They're gonna
defense
lose
led
to
by
the Packers.
defensive head coach Mike McDonald. Shout out.
Championship. Yeah.
Yeah, no, with the Steelers, man, I'm at a point. I've been a Mike Tomlin defender. I truly have. Ask anyone who knows me and they'll tell you. But I
there's
think
chance.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
I do think it just is. I think we're at a point where the good thing about Mike Tomlin has always been everyone loves playing for him, right? And everyone's got this huge respect for him and they play hard for him. It doesn't even feel like they're playing hard right now. And I hate to like accuse professional athletes of like loafing it. I don't think they're loafing it. It just
There's
it
no
feels
passion.
like the last 2 weeks have just been like uninspiring performances from the top down. Offense, defense, just not good enough.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't think they will do it, but I'm officially in the column of like, okay, this is no longer good enough. And I like, especially, I was okay when Tomlin was doing more with less, like the Duck Hodges years and Mason Rudolph when he was still pulling out 8-9 wins.
But you just
what have
invested
you.
your entire future
But
into
it's got,
this year.
and you know what? And they got what they asked for this year.
Yeah.
And it's not enough. They're trying to retool with like, I don't know if anybody saw the tweet. Somebody said on Twitter, Mike Tomlin will say something about eating soup with your fork, and they'll sign a Pro Bowler from 2018. And sure enough, 3 days later they signed Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
So it's predictable at this point.
Yeah.
Bills fans though, congrats, man.
I was
They're
going to say
looking
Buffalo needed that shot there. 26-7. I think the yardage was 372 to 166.
Yeah, I think a few weeks ago it was Cam that said the entire Pittsburgh defense has an average age of like 70, and now it's the entire team.
good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're just all around.
It's okay.
No words, man,
They
for a
just don't
podcast.
Like uninspiring is the word.
Yeah.
When
Like,
you when they're booing Renegade,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen.
nope.
Yeah.
That's a first
The
at least that I've
atmosphere.
seen.
I wasn't at the game, but I had a bunch of friends that went, and it was just, they were like, yeah, it was just.
I think this is
disappointing.
the first time you're seeing a like vocal majority of people
Yeah.
that want things to change.
Yeah.
I think there was always a sect of Steeler Nation that kind of was like, this isn't good enough, and maybe they were right all wrong. This includes Dad, if you're listening to this, he's been on this train for years, but yeah, I think I'm officially on the train that it's time. But who knows? They could win by 40 this week, and I'd be like, we're back.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the
I
roller
wouldn't be
coaster that you
surprised.
play with this team.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Bills 26-7 over Pittsburgh. Cleveland, a big loss at home. Obviously, Steelers, Ravens coming up in Baltimore. Both teams tied for the top of the North. Huge game.
I was going to say, you know what's a shame?
The entire AFC North.
Well, yeah.
It looks a lot worse than the AFC
fact-
South for once.
The Myles Garrett thing, like obviously with him playing for the Browns, like I just think it's such a shame that he's got this sack record thing going on right now, and the Browns are just so irrelevant that it's like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's flying so under the radar that he's getting ready to break the NFL single season sack record.
Yeah.
Dude, no matter how many sacks he gets in a single game, they still can't win.
Right.
That's the part that's just.
But you know what? That's on him, right? Like
Yeah.
he wanted to take the money, and he had this big speech about, I want to go win a Super Bowl, all this stuff, and I can't do it here. And they waved that check in front of him.
Yep.
He was like, you know what?
It's like maybe I'll stick around a little bit longer.
I just from a football storyline standpoint, I just think it's a shame.
But also think about it this
has to play on
way:
that team.
if he breaks that sack record this year, he's gonna get paid no matter where he wants to go. They'll be waiving big money.
He's locked
anywhere.
in though. He just signed a huge extension.
How long was that?
I couldn't tell you how long,
years.
but it's a ton of money, and no one's gonna trade for that contract.
That's
so
fair.
he's kind of stuck there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he made that decision.
So good luck. Like, hope you get a quarterback at some
Should have
point.
done it like
or just
Micah
a
Parsons
roster
did,
in
man.
general. Now, Shedeur, I think has shown flashes. I think you can be a little excited about that if you're like the eternal optimist.
Yeah.
But
also like everybody said the same thing about Baker. Baker couldn't get it done in Cleveland. He even brought him to the playoffs, and now look at him.
I think that's a little disrespectful to Baker.
What do you mean?
Baker was like,
No.
Baker
I'm saying he did great. He even brought him to the playoffs, but he still couldn't do
I
everything.
would
he
say
can't
that's
fix
a
the
bad.
team.
I would say that's
You
a
know,
bad.
they had a
decision on
great
Cleveland's
quarterback.
part.
They couldn't fix the team. Shedor's not going to fix the team.
Yeah, I would argue that
You know,
Baker's injuries had a lot to do with that.
I'll give it. Yeah, that's true.
They just waited to see how he would heal. I think they'd be okay right now, to be quite honest with you. But
Final note before we move on from boom bust. You could see Myles Garrett break the sack record for as low as $8 this coming week.
I told you got to go.
Because my prediction is he's going to get the record this week.
You think
not
4
this
sacks?
season. I think this week.
You think this week?
You
And
think
you
he
could
gets
see it
4
for as
sacks
few as
against
$8
Tennessee?
against Tennessee at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. A battle of 1-11 versus 3-9. Shedeur Sanders
right.
versus Cam Ward.
So I have a question for you, as a Titans guy.
Which is so shameful right now
Are you gonna
to admit.
Would you rather them lose that game, knowing the draft implications?
At this point, yeah. I mean, they're on.
That wasn't the answer I was looking for.
At this point, yes, they're.
You'd rather them lose.
Who's in between right now? Them and the Jets?
Sure, but Tennessee's the only team with one win.
Okay.
So they're in the driver's seat.
How many?
If they
wins
lose
is
the rest,
the driver's seat.
they are. They're in. You know what's even sadder? They just got eliminated from playoff contention last week. They were still alive for the
That's sad.
playoffs.
How many wins does New York have? The Jets.
2.
And are
So
Giants
they
at
do
the
gotta keep
3 or they
losing.
at 2 still?
Browns are on the up and up, though, man. They've got.
When I'm talking driver's seat, I'm talking draft pick, brother. Not
Oh yeah.
winning records, nothing like that.
First to the bottom.
Quinshon Judkins is a problem.
Sure
Yeah.
is.
I think you'll get your wish.
I do too, and I don't think I'm going to see it in person because I don't want to go
But hey,
freeze for $8.
what are they going to do with that first round draft pick?
You've got your quarterback, right? You probably trade
Yeah,
back.
that's what
I
I'm saying.
hope.
Yeah, they're going to trade
Yeah.
back.
I hope either
I
trade
think
back.
You've got your quarterback.
You either trade back, you go edge rusher, you go receiver.
Do they have their quarterback? Admittedly, I don't watch Tennessee Titans football a lot.
You shouldn't. I don't know. I hope. That's enough Titans talk. No one cares. No one cares.
to make you feel
No one in
included,
this room cares. I barely
Nobody
care.
watching will care.
No one cares about that.
Die-hard Titans fan doesn't care.
What people should be watching for, though, is these top 5 sports rivalries.
Absolutely,
And
man.
that's what we need to dive into. So
Alrighty.
whoever
I'm
wants to go
excited.
with their 5, here's what I'm gonna do. I have a bunch of honorable mentions. I'm gonna do those at the end.
I
And I'm
think
just
yes,
gonna give
yeah.
you
I
like
think
a
that's
little
a good call.
little
I think if
shout
you
out.
do these
Breadcrumb.
at the end, then you spoil some of them.
Yeah.
correct. So
I just want to preface mine. I mean, there's so many rivalries around all the different sports. I got to look at Mike's before we got in. I had a few of my own already on my list, but I was trying to be a little different than you guys, so not all of mine are like the top 5.
I don't think I sent you mine.
Just my top 5, and they didn't.
That's my bad.
No, you're good.
That's bad. That's bad prep work
It's a
on
little
my part.
no, it's fine. I'm excited.
Okay.
So go ahead and start us off then. Number
Okay,
5.
I did cheat a little bit with my number 5.
oh, here we go.
I always
Always a
listen, I
caveat.
like to throw.
How?
How do you cheat?
I like to throw something weird in
It's
there.
your top 5.
You know what? You're right. It's my top 5. To hell with you guys.
Oh.
I went with the AFC North as one big rivalry.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the few divisions, maybe the NFC North.
I was gonna say, yeah, the
But,
other
like,
biggest rivalry.
First of all, for my money, the Steelers and Ravens are the best rivalry in the National Football League.
For the current era.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the 50s, then no. But I think
I don't think you need to go back that far, but all right. I'm talking like the last 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
I'll give it to you.
100%.
But not further back, obviously.
And this is, especially for me, growing up in Northeast Ohio, having being raised a Steelers fan, like there's just so much going on in that division from my perspective. Like,
I mean, HBO did an entire,
right, exactly.
in-season Hard Knocks on the division. So to your point,
Yeah.
I mean, and geographically it lines up too.
Who else you got? I mean, the Ravens literally took the Browns team.
Correct.
So they can't stand them.
Yep.
The Steelers and Browns are huge just because of the proximity, and maybe it's just where I grew up, kind of being in the battlefield zone in like Youngstown area in Ohio. Like I remember when the Steelers lost that game in Pittsburgh when they snapped the ball over Ben's head, like just wanting to crawl. I don't think I did have school that next day because it might have been COVID.
Heartbreak around here, guys.
But I was like, I just want to crawl into a hole. Like I had so many friends, all my buddies. One in particular, this is a good story too. Robbie Jacobek, I don't know if you'll listen to this, but we watched the game together when Myles Garrett beat Mason Rudolph with his own helmet.
I was there.
You were at that game.
Covered it.
And I told him, obviously I'm salty because the Steelers are going to lose. And I'm like, that's what Cleveland gets. They always find a way to screw it up. Myles Garrett's going to be like suspended for the rest of the year. All this, that, and the third. They're not going to go anywhere now because they don't have him. My buddy was like, first of all, he was arguing with me that he wasn't going to get suspended, which was clearly going to happen.
Yeah.
He was going to fist fight me over this game. And from that day on, we decided we cannot watch
that game together.
The Steelers and Browns together.
Thanks.
And then you got the Steelers, or not the Steelers, the Bengals and Browns who
Battle of
don't
Ohio?
like each other. So
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, out of all of those, though, I think my favorite to watch is the Browns Steelers. I think that one,
Really?
just on a fan side, is the most electric. At least around Erie,
Yeah.
it's such a split between the two.
Yeah.
That it's just always a great game. Like
Steelers
you go to
Ravens
any
for
bar
me
around
is-
here and it's electric.
Yeah. I'm telling you, as a kid, it was like, and it was good for me. Like growing up, the Steelers dominated that round.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they lost, man,
But now that they suck, man, it's a close game.
yeah, and that's the worst thing about it is I didn't used to have to stress about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I live here, so it's a little different. Like I don't have to go to school the next day.
Right.
As an adult, it's much better.
And they just got to talk about it on TV the next day.
Yeah, but when I'm on TV, I'm not a fan.
Right,
Right.
right.
So it's
We
less
hope not.
like.
No, just kidding.
All right, Mike, what do you got? Number 5.
You're gonna be both of you are gonna be blown away by this because it is so off kilter from like what I typically follow. But I have such respect for the sport and for the rivalry itself. I'm going tennis. I'm going Federer Nadal.
You know what? I almost put that one.
And this
It's
is
such a good
way
rivalry.
out
like that
there.
shout.
Yeah.
Such a good rivalry.
I mean, and
Yeah.
obviously, whenever Nadal gets him on the clay court in the French Open, it's blouses. But I just think that
That's a cool pick by Mike Fenner there.
Thanks.
I'm giving you your flowers for this one.
there you go. I know that's way out of there, way out of bounds for maybe what most people might typically perceive. Whatever. It's not something I follow as much as
Right.
others, but I have
I guess the only thing there would be like, there's not really, I don't know. Are there fans of like Rafa and
Absolutely.
Federer that are like,
I think so.
get after each other online, or
I don't know.
Like
I don't
you
know
said, I
that
don't
that
follow it
dynamic
much,
exists
but-
as much as a typical, like
Right.
your football fan. But I just have an appreciation for what both bring.
I didn't think at all about it.
And,
like individual.
A lot of battles, a lot of great
Yeah.
epic battles, and I don't know. I've never played. I've never been a savant when it
Tennis
comes
is
to
fun.
it. But I mean, I can appreciate the mental strain that it takes to win one
Yeah.
of those.
Those
Absolutely.
matches are like hours and hours long.
Yeah.
And just like they're going. It's not
Just
like
back
baseball
and
where it's a
forth.
3-hour
Yeah.
game, but you're standing around most of the time. They're moving. So
Yeah.
good
There's
shout.
there's
Fenner.
my 5.
I like that.
All right. Number 5 for me. I also kind of went a little off kilter from what I normally watch and talk about, but Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Okay.
El Clásico.
Yeah. Growing up, the Messi versus Ronaldo era, it was just
Yeah.
every time they played, it was so much fun to watch.
It's
electric.
unfortunate because I don't know. Maybe you can correct me on this. Like I don't remember that game ever being televised in America the way that other games are. Like,
No.
I talked about on the one episode, like when the Premier League got its contract, that's when my dad and I really started following it. But like La Liga, I don't think ever really had a huge.
No,
media
I would
rights
always
deal
just
in the
pirate it
US, but-
offline. you
Yeah.
know?
Right, exactly. And you'd see highlights, right?
Yeah,
like that was
yeah.
we come from the beginning of like those sports being popular because you would see highlights on Instagram
Right,
every day.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You weren't necessarily sitting down to watch Messi and Ronaldo play, but you would have their you could look up on YouTube like
Yeah, the
their top
OG
10
highlight
goals or
reels were
whatever.
those Ronaldo and
exactly.
Messi reels.
The Tavon
yeah.
Austin reel.
Yup.
And, oh yeah. That was like right when we were starting to, I feel like, follow sports,
Yeah.
our age group. So that's a good shout too. I like that.
All right, number
that's a good
4.
I've got Lakers Celtics at 4.
It's a great one.
For the simple, like, I went back and forth on this one. I don't think there's as much, especially in the modern day, of like vitriol that you normally see from rivalries. But I think that one just kind of saved the NBA from back in the 80s and even earlier than that when they were playing in the finals. It seemed like every year. And Magic and Bird's dynamic is so interesting to me.
Yeah, it's
That
such
they're,
like
like,
opposite personalities.
And they're like best of friends now.
Yeah.
Which I think it's really cool that they have so much respect for one another that now after they play and after they can be like, you know, they can shake hands and be like, you know what, you're all right, man. Let's have a beer in Indiana or wherever. So I think that rivalry is pretty cool. My dad grew up a Celtics fan too. So
Yeah, I mean, it saved the NBA, like you said.
Yeah.
Have you seen the HBO show Winning Time?
Yes.
Such a good show.
It is.
You've got
pretty
Winning
good.
Time. You got Celtic City as well.
Yeah, Celtic
both,
City, yeah.
Both very good.
I haven't seen Celtic City.
That one's within the last year, I believe. It was 8 or 9 episode.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah,
I would
it's like
recommend that.
And
No
I think it's on
foreshadowings.
one of your guys' lists, but it's like the Yankees Red Sox. Like, it's just one of those classic rivalries
Yeah.
that just
Runs
bring
deep.
America together.
Ton of history, ton of championships.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Larry Bird's biography. You know, the hick from French Lick, old Indiana State Sycamore. I mean, an all-timer. Magic as well. I actually, I attended a Sweet 16 game in Syracuse, and Magic Johnson walked right by us.
Oh, wow.
Reaching out like,
You ever wash your hand afterwards?
no. Yeah.
If you ever see videos on the internet about Larry Bird's trash talk,
Oh, yeah.
legendary.
No
Yeah.
doubt.
He
No
was
doubt.
in dudes' heads
Oh,
where
yeah.
he would be like, I'm going to
Magic would just
catch
taunt.
the ball, 2 dribbles,
Yep.
and I'm going to put this jumper right in your face.
Yeah.
And then he'd do it.
And
He'd be
then he
like,
would do it. It was
Yeah.
like
Easy.
Kobe. He was his version of Kobe.
Yeah.
Because Kobe would do the same thing. I think it was Rozier was talking on a podcast the one time. I could be wrong on the player, but he was like, "Yeah, I was doing really good the first half. I was guarding Kobe the whole time, and then the second half comes and Kobe, or it was like start of the fourth quarter, and Kobe was like, "Hey man, you had a great game," and then drops like 20 in the fourth. That was like, oh my god.
Makes sense.
All right, Mike.
I have that one higher on my list, so that'll be one for later. My number 4 is in hoops, though. The Tobacco Road rivalry, Duke, Carolina.
North Carolina.
Duke, North Carolina.
That's
hoops.
the one I went back and forth with Lakers Celtics on.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And for me, obviously, like the game's changed and the landscape of college hoops or college sports is different now. But when you had those 4-year guys, like your Tyler Hansbrough for North Carolina, you had your JJ Redick's for Duke. Those, like, especially for me, again, a formative time, early mid 2000s, like that rivalry was just like, that used to be a can't miss. If it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday night or a Saturday night, like, all right, cleared out, like, we're making plans around that game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a fan of either. I kind of grew up disliking Duke a little.
I think everyone grew up
And,
disliking Duke.
you know, but there's people that don't like Carolina either. I didn't, the coach, Coach K, legend, Roy Williams, but others before him with the Tar Heels. It's just one of those. It's like, okay, 2 games a year, gotta watch it. And then if they play in the ACC championship game, great as well. But that would have been, that's like kind of a bucket list. Like if I could get to one of those to Cameron Indoor or shoot, I'm forgetting the Carolina home court.
I don't think I know what they call
It don't matter.
but-
But anyway, that's my 4.
Yeah, it's a classic. All right. I'm also going a little weird for this one too. Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier.
Wally Frazier.
Honorable
Yeah.
mention for me. I
Yeah.
thought about it, so.
Great rivalry, man.
Yeah?
It really just opened up the boxing scene.
Fenner,
all
you were
the way
at that
around.
fight, weren't you?
No. There he goes.
He was in his corner. Yeah, I
Second
mean,
old man reference today. Well, like the rivalries back in the 50s.
Yeah.
You didn't infer that one, but
No, to your point, the history behind that one is really
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, there's not much I have to say about it. It's just.
I don't think you
all-time
need to
classic.
explain. Yeah, I mean, I think people get it,
I
right?
don't need to put my point. Yeah, go ahead. Next up, we got number 3.
I've got on here Yankees Red Sox.
Yeah, I brought up a little bit earlier.
And not even, it's kind of to your point, right? Like, I feel like now it's not as huge, but back, like, the comeback, the 3-0, and even the year before
04.
that, and when Jeter and A-Rod and Pedro Martinez was throwing 60-year-old guys around, and, like, just those teams couldn't stand each other. And it's not even really it's a physical sport, but you could just tell that.
Yeah, it's another one of those rivalries where the fans will box each other over it.
And it felt box each other over.
It's a funny way to phrase
And
it.
it felt like they always ended up meeting in big series, big moments. So
That 04, I mean, that 04 is one of the most iconic sports series of all time.
and one of my favorite 30 for 30s as well.
Yeah,
the
Johnny
4 days
Damon.
in October.
Yeah. It was on my honorable mention. It should be in my top 5, but I don't know. I boxed it out, so I'm
You
just
left
going to
that one
apologize.
off entirely.
Yeah.
That surprises me.
I know.
I'm
I
a baseball
really,
guy too, so
I wanted to put that on there. I mean, objectively, it probably is a top 5. But this is my top 5.
Listen, it's
so.
just
It's
like
your
the
list.
movies, guys. There's like 10, 15 top. You
Yeah.
know?
Right. Sticking with college sports, we're going football. This game just happened last Saturday. It's the Iron Bowl.
I do love watching the Iron Bowl. That was one I had
Alabama
to leave off.
Auburn
Yeah.
is also appointment television viewing because I don't care how bad Auburn is. I don't
Yes.
care how bad Alabama is, or vice versa. You're normally going to get a really great game. And we
Yeah.
had another one
Yeah, this week.
somehow, some way this past Saturday
100%.
on Jet 24. Shout out.
Shout out. You can only see that game on ABC.
But over the years, like, you know, there's a few of those I can be like, I know where I was. I know who I was with. The kick 6, Chris Davis. I know
kick six
exactly
is
where I was. I know
incredible, yeah.
exactly who I was with. I actually texted that buddy earlier this week, said, hey, happy Iron Bowl day.
Every year we have my dad's side Thanksgiving the Saturday after. So
Yeah.
we always end up watching the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
And we were there the day of the kick 6, and it was insane.
Yeah.
Like, just there's a ton of moments in that rivalry that you're just like, and it's weird to think that, like, I don't know, I'll ask the Tennessee fan, do you think that's a bigger game than the third Saturday in October?
Depends on who you ask. I
I'm
think it
asking
depends
you.
on okay. I
you're the
think
Tennessee
the
fan.
Alabama Auburn is probably a bigger one, but Nick Saban said the Tennessee game mattered
That's-
more to Alabama.
Yeah.
So that's pretty high.
I think that was the reason I left this off my list, is I'm like, if I can't tell who Alabama's biggest rival is,
sure.
then I'd probably
That's what Saban said, and that
Yeah.
holds a lot of weight. So,
Yeah.
All
But
right.
anyhow.
yours.
Number 3. This one was hard for me. I had to pick which one was closer to me. So I picked this for a reason, but I was going to go with Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Instead, I went with the one that I grew up watching, which was Tiger and Phil Mickelson.
sure.
Yeah. Great rivalry. They just kind of golf fell off for a while after the Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer rivalry, and so Tiger Woods got people watching golf again. And nowadays, I mean, you got like the Brooks Koepka and DeChambeau and all that.
Rory.
But yeah,
Well, and then it kind of
Rory-
fell off after he had his whole personal issues. right?
Yeah,
Like, I don't
yep.
think there was a whole lot of people
Yeah.
watching golf after that.
But it was just so electric to watch
Yeah.
Woods play in general against anybody. But
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson really gave him a run for his money with this short game.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's
a
my
good
number
one.
3.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
I've always liked Tiger. The personal stuff notwithstanding, but I thought that, like, he was always, like you said, just so fun to watch.
Yeah, and now his son's coming up, so that's gonna be fun to watch too.
I do like watching them all play in that
Yeah, the
father
scramble.
son
Yeah,
tournament, the
yeah, that's always
PNC
fun.
championship or whatever it's called. That's
Another
usually
great
a cool
golfer,
time.
John Daly's son.
He's
that kid
supposed to
can
be
hit.
really good. He's
Yeah.
in Arkansas now.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be awesome,
Oh yeah.
John
and he's
Daly.
got his daddy's swing.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't have the beard. or the maintenance.
That is
I'm
another
just kidding.
entertaining golfer I love watching. John Daly teeing off a beer can and stuff like that. Like the dude plays with no shoes on, 20 beers deep, and
You
he's
ever play golf in
so
those
much
shoes?
better than me. I've done it. I've swung a few, but I've never done like a full round.
One time I left my golf shoes like at home, and I had already paid for the round, and I realized all I had was my slides. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I like waited till like the third hole.
He was
so
not
that,
welcomed back.
so that I could make sure that like we were kind of out there and nobody could see. It was cool.
Yeah.
Kind of feels
It's
the
better
earth under
than
your feet.
playing with
I enjoyed it.
Excuse me, like regular sneakers or anything.
Yeah,
Like
you gotta
that.
do it when it's dry, obviously.
Right,
but-
right.
Final note on that: I just always enjoy the cliche Tiger Daily meme of the the equal records for teams. It's always my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Where it's like Carolina Panthers 6-5, Kansas City Chiefs 6-5. You're like, oh my god,
Oh man,
so good.
all right, number 2.
My number 2 is Army Navy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a classic.
I love watching that game every year, and I'm now at an age where like I've got a buddy that's not in the Army anymore, but at one point was in the Army and has a rooting interest. And so now I kind of just for the fun of it root for Army every year. And it's just such a cool, that would be a bucket list thing for me, I think, to get to. Because I think that's such a, and it's hard because it's different in the sense that I wouldn't say like they hate each other. There's just such a history behind it and such a pride.
it's important.
And obviously the respect that the two teams have for each other. And when you add in the fact that these are kids that choose to go to a school in which they then have someone would have to check me on the law, but however amount of time it is, military commitment after they graduate is so cool and unique to me that I think it's awesome. They have their own week where that's the only game going on. I'm all in on Army Navy every year. And I know it's boring football, but that also kind of makes it kind of cool and fun and unique that they have these weird old-timey triple option offenses that you get to watch once a year.
My best friend from college is a graduate assistant in Edinburgh, and he actually took a job as the social media guy for the Army Navy game.
That's
Oh, wow.
awesome.
That's
For the game, not for one of the teams.
for the game. I mean,
Yeah.
he also worked for Army
Okay.
doing that, but that was like his
Yeah.
baby. It was the Army Navy game socials and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
That was several years ago now. He's relocated down to Birmingham, worked at UAB in their athletics and now university side. But I was always fascinated by the stories and just the different things like he was putting out there. I'm like, and he met Roger Staubach, got a good picture with him. And no, that game is, I mean, it means a ton. And I've got like a family friend that has gone to most of them for many years. Like I would, in a stretch of maybe 10, 20 years, something like that. And he's like, got to do it like one time.
Yeah.
Like always trying to advocate. And I'm like, that would be a cool experience.
I'm fascinated from the kid's perspective of like choosing to go to school there. Like I know what I did in college that you can't obviously do when you go to school at Army and Navy. Is
that a segment?
And that's a joke.
It's a
But even like something as simple as like going to get dinner with your buddies at like on a Thursday or whatever. Like you can't, between your military obligations and school, which is like it's not easy to get into school there academically.
Oh yeah.
And you're playing football, like those guys just completely so much respect, and I'm baffled by what those guys do. So
No doubt. It's a good one.
Pride.
yeah,
Great
All
one.
right, number 2, Mike.
This is not to appease or appeal to our producer, but I am going NFL, and I am going with an old rivalry.
Coming up on Sunday.
Packers-Bears.
My number 1.
Packers-Bears. I
Packers-Bears.
figured, but
yeah.
it is a classic. I understand, like, to your point earlier, and that's why I wanted to clarify, excuse me. Obviously, like, modern day, current, like, it's hard to argue against Steelers-Ravens. There's other teams, there's other divisions that are going to argue and say, oh, Cowboys-Eagles.
no,
I'm not. Hey, I'm just throwing it out. There's people that have those opinions, right? But I just think that the mystique
Listen,
of
I'm just going to say the past 20 years, the
the
Packers
history.
have owned the Bears. We still
no doubt,
own the Bears.
a lot of teams have,
But
but
this
the
year-
Bears have finally come around.
This year, they're actually good.
right?
worried.
For now.
Producer
For now.
Every
So
week I
this
keep
Sunday-
saying, like, how are they still winning these games? They're 9-3. They're the 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah,
What
it's
is happening?
insane.
Is producer
It's-
John worried about this?
I'm not worried, man.
I wouldn't be
The
either.
Packers turn into
It's
a
at Lambeau,
different
right?
team. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Packers turn into a different team when they play the Bears.
Sure.
Like you've never seen before. Like I was honestly hurt that Rodgers wasn't playing against the Bears last week on the Steelers, and I was like, man, now even then, like he owns the Bears. He's always on the Bears. He turns back into his prime no matter how long he's been playing, and the Packers will continue to do that, man. I'm not
could've
worried
used that.
one bit. Yeah, you really could have. But yeah, no, that was my number 1. We don't have to hang up on it anymore, but my number 2, OSU and Michigan. You know,
That's my number one.
It's the best college rivalry ever.
It's not even close. To
It's
me.
not. No.
Like these people. Ohio State won the national championship.
And they're still bitter about the
These people wanted the head coach fired. They're
Yeah.
real. I know them
Yep.
personally.
I know. I hated it.
Growing up in Ohio, like they
I hated that last year.
Everybody
hate Michigan,
I
and I
was-
know
wanted his
people.
head.
I was so
I
angry.
was a defender. I was a Ryan Day defender.
I have these people in my life on both sides of this rivalry, and it's legit crazy. Like to the borderline, like European soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they can't.
Die
They
hard.
could lose every game that year if they win the Michigan-Ohio State game. Like the whole year is a success.
My best friend's
Or a failure.
wife is a diehard Michigan fan. So every year we sit down and it is nonstop trash talk from before the first whistle until after the last whistle. And then whoever wins gets a full year of trash talk until next year's game.
And it's just such a point of pride, like especially like I grew up in Ohio. Being an Ohio University graduate, I can't really stand Ohio State. But like it's such a point of pride with people within the state. Like even if you're not a sports fan,
Yeah.
you're an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
My mother, I guarantee you, could not tell you who the quarterback is for Ohio State.
Why are we
But
dissing on
she
Mom?
watches the Ohio State-Michigan game.
Dissing on Mom? Why?
Yeah,
I'm
right.
not dissing on Mom. I'm just making the point. But she sits down and watches the Michigan-Ohio State game and lives and dies with every snap
snap.
of that football game.
Yeah. It's
crazy.
every year it's sometimes a horrible game. It's kind of like the RV Navy
And it-
game.
well, and
Sometimes it's a horrible game to watch.
When it's like you were talking about with Auburn, Alabama, like
Yeah.
you can throw the records out too.
Oh,
like what we
100%.
saw
1,000%.
last year, even with Michigan.
Yeah.
And the flag planting. It's just
Oh my
like,
That
yeah.
whole thing is
Brutus,
so crazy.
Brutus going around doing the X in the end zone, and
Ryan Day this year.
they're
took-
guarding the
Yeah,
midfield.
defending the
You guys see that picture? They're all
Yeah,
defending.
That's a cool picture,
It's
by
a
the way.
sweet picture, and we're all just celebrating with the little fan section. Yeah.
Ryan Day, by the way, we're gonna win you with humility. Like, yeah, I get it. That's the high road, but we all know you wanted to.
I just want to know where Lou Holtz is right now.
Well, that's okay. Because now you're gonna get me on my soapbox. Everyone. Oh, Ryan Day is so classy, man. Ryan Day is just so cool. Got his team off the field. We're gonna go celebrate in the locker room. This is the same guy that yelled at an 80. How old is Lou Holtz?
I don't want to know. It's over
On
80.
national
It's
TV,
safely
like
over 80. Yeah.
damn near cursed this man out because he said that Notre Dame is the tougher football team than Ohio State.
Oh no! I can't believe we reached this part of the show.
Like,
I'll
miss me with that.
I will say I went on an absolute tirade when they finally capped off the national title last year and was like, hey, congratulations to all of you who didn't want the coach fired after the Michigan game.
They're crazy.
Because, like,
Yeah.
what a concept that they could just win the play. Not
Right.
only did they win in the playoff, they literally steamrolled everyone.
Stomped
But
it.
Ohio State even had a coach like that. You would have to look up his name. But they had a coach that was pretty successful during his time at Ohio State. Never won a national
Urban-
championship.
oh,
It wasn't Urban
beforehand,
Meyer.
yeah.
Never won a national championship, but would lose the Michigan game more than he lost it, and he got fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
It's more important. I mean, there's so many Ohio State fans out there that would rather beat Michigan and lose the national championship.
Which is insane.
yeah.
So my whole thing was like, if they had got to the national title and lost, I'm like, you know what? Then complain.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yep.
But I'm like, you literally still have a chance to win the whole thing,
Yeah.
and they did.
Yep.
I was like, congrats to the guys and
And
gals that stuck
people,
with them.
People make the argument now that with such an expanded playoff, like the games don't mean as much. I'm like, that game,
no.
you could play that game at a high school. It don't matter. That game
at
is
2
gonna
in the
matter.
morning on a
Yeah,
Wednesday.
man. Like I was saying, like my best friend's wife, she's a diehard Michigan fan, and I was like, "Hey, did you see Ohio State won the national championship?" And she's like, "Yeah, well, we still beat you, so it doesn't
And
matter."
even the like,
I'm
the
like,
years
you know
before,
what? You're not wrong.
years before, like I've got diehard Michigan fans in my life that like when they finally won, because it had been 10 years with Urban Meyer beating their behind, and they finally won that game, like crying like this is, oh my gosh, the rest of the year
Finally.
didn't matter. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
insane.
8 and 4. Who cares?
Yeah.
So both our ones have already been revealed.
Yep.
Because I alluded to earlier, excuse me, that Laker Celtics was going to be on the list. Hadn't gotten to it yet, so that is my one. So I don't need to dive too far. But and then obviously Packers.
Yeah, man.
Packers,
Bears.
That one's a
COG.
fun one. I'll go through some of the
honorable mentions.
like. What do
yeah.
I have on?
Ma-
here?
many of what you guys listed off are listed for me as honorable
Yankees,
because I'm like
Red
I
Sox.
can't.
I do
you know.
North Carolina, Packers, Bears. Lakers, Celtics, I already said. Iron Bowl, Duke, UNC, and El Clasico. So we did pretty good. I don't think
covered
that anybody,
a good amount.
I don't think there was one that we
didn't
really
talk
missed.
hockey. Just a little shout out, Penguins, Flyers.
Mine would actually probably be growing up a Penguins fan.
Yeah.
Is Penguins Capitals.
That honestly, yes. Or you remember there was a long time where it was the Rangers. The Penguins versus Rangers was a big one for a little bit.
Pens Caps. I couldn't stand losing to those guys.
I covered the game.
Yeah, the Capitals fans were brutal.
I covered the game where Washington finally slayed the Dragon in Pittsburgh, and that was the year the Caps went and won it. I was like,
that was a heartbreaking.
It was
year.
shocking to see.
Are we all Pens fans?
I am not, but I like hockey. Yeah,
I say I
fan,
grew up a Pens fan.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way.
My grandpa actually coached for them for a little stint of time, so I grew up as a huge Pens fan.
There was a while there, man. I did not rule out that Ovi was just a Russian spy. Who says I'm wrong?
I was there for the Cup final in 2017, the first 2 games. Pens obviously win that one over Nashville, but being there when Washington finally got over the hump, that was like people couldn't believe it.
Well, it was
like the Washington media.
It was time.
It was the 2 best players in the league, so of course there's gonna be a huge rivalry over it.
Yeah,
but I mean the whole NHL,
and it's good for the league.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think that would probably, and I can't stand the Flyers either. But
why? No.
They would
I'm
probably.
But again,
for me, growing up in that era where they were playing in the playoffs every year,
Yeah.
the Penguins and Capitals, the Capitals are probably.
Like the Pens Flyers for the longest time have just been like the Packers Bears. Like there's one that is going to be, or even the Steelers Browns used to be. Like there's one better team. But again, you can throw out all of the records 90% of the time. It doesn't matter.
Some honorable mentions for me. We hit on most of them. Sox, Yankees, Army, Navy, Michigan, Ohio State, Ollie and Frazier. The 2 I added, 2 other college football ones, Oklahoma, Texas, and the Red River Shootout, Red River Rivalry, whatever you want to call it. That's a good one. And then this one's less mystique or like prestige maybe, but just the old-fashioned hate. Used to be a Thanksgiving night game this year, and last I think it's a Friday game, now the Egg Bowl, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
I have heard that Ole Miss, Mississippi State is severely underrated as far as a rivalry goes.
It just doesn't get the national attention as it shouldn't, but, I mean, that's pure old-fashioned hate. And, I mean, even this year you had Mississippi State guys that took the quarterback's jersey out of the hotel before the game or whatever, and they caught it on camera. Ole Miss filmed it.
There are some really cool
Trinidad
names for, especially in college football. Like, there's one... Is it Florida, Georgia? That's the largest outdoor cocktail party.
I think they've since amended the nickname, but yeah, that's that's what awesome. I recognize it in most college football people. Right?
I think that's awesome.
That's always in Jacksonville.
One other thing that we didn't touch up on: Olympic rivalries. You got U.S. Canada for hockey.
Sure.
You got U.S. France for basketball, or even Russia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the Olympic rivalries. There's some
the
big
Olympic
ones over there
between...
too. Phelps and Kovic, I think.
Well, like if you go, like I would even say India and Pakistan in cricket.
Yeah, yep.
Is like
I had seen that when I was doing
those
some
countries
research.
Actually hate each other like geopolitically.
Right. Yeah.
So like they can't even play the game half the time because if they're like beefing at that point, like they legit have nuclear missiles.
I never watched cricket. I went
on
a cruise last year, and there was this one like sports bar. And the only thing they had on besides like regular ESPN was cricket. It was just nonstop for like 5 days. I was watching cricket. Still don't know the rules,
probably
but
all
there were some
one
great
match.
games. Yeah, it probably was 5 days long. Yeah, no, it's a weird but fun sport to watch.
You want to hit story of the week?
Sure, I'll go first.
What do you got?
It was kind of a weird sort of week with both of us having
some different
time
schedules
off and different schedules, but you actually got the interviews for it, and I got to put the package together. We had a former Mercyhurst Laker baseball player, Jacob Bezala, was drafted in the Banana Ball draft by the Savannah Bananas. I can't even get it out. Just like a really cool story of like always wanted to play pro ball, obviously, like every kid does. And it just wasn't really in the cards for him, went undrafted in the MLB draft, and had a scout just kind of notice him while he was playing in the Coastal Plain League, which oddly enough is where the Bananas used to play when they were a real baseball team.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's offensive or not, but yeah, just really cool to see, like, have him talk about the process, right? And you did the interview, so you know, like, the process of getting noticed and then going to a tryout and having to, you know, try all the dancing and the trick plays and all that stuff. He's a pitcher. And just the difference in their game and how they're trying to bring.
You go from an athlete to being a performer.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
It's not easy.
And talking to his coach, and he talked about, like, he's going to fit right in there because he's got the personality to be with these guys and kind of make. If you ever, I had to read in college Fans First, which is the founder of the Bananas, his book about how they kind of cultivated this phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, their story is phenomenal.
Their story is really cool. That they just kind of stuck with it, and they were like, you know what, this unconventional, not even just like from a business aspect, the unconventionality of them, like they were like, we're gonna do all you can eat concessions. We don't care how much it costs because people are gonna love it and they'll continue to buy tickets, and that's how we'll make our money. And it's fascinating to me. So shout out to him.
They just became the Globetrotters of baseball, but did it 10 times better.
Yeah, except that the games are actually not fixed, right?
Yeah.
Like they play real.
Yeah, 10 times better.
I'm not gonna say real baseball because it's different. They're creating their own sport, which is awesome to me. I know I'm kind of in the minority on traditional baseball fans and saying that, but I think it's fun.
No, the thing that stood out about that interview, the story, and what he was talking about too, is that his mom has a dance studio, and so that's kind of like that was a big part of like his. Cool. It's just a part of who he is, and so that was a really fascinating aspect of that story 100%. Too. So really cool stuff. No, it's really awesome. I mean, we're rooting for him, and that's a really unique. I mean, obviously, you're like, hang on, what? Like,
now we've got a reason. I guess we're gonna have to start covering Banana Ball.
Bananas.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go on a smaller scale here to not Savannah Banana baseball, but well, high school wrestling.
Wrestling,
getting on the mats to start the season, and it was a big upset win for General McLean against Cathedral Prep on the home mats, and it was the coaching debut for Spencer Nagy. Ryan Cook had been the head coach there for 21 seasons. He's now the women's wrestling coach at the Upstart program at the Borough. But for Coach Nagy and his guys, they won 37-21. Those guys were pretty fired up. Prep is always a big-time contender. I mean, both teams have been for many years in the area in terms of, individual and team, going for
Prep
state championships.
Has one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Carter Starocki.
Right. The only that will ever be 5-time NCAA champion. But no, cool to kind of get that rolling as we're the winter sports season has started. So
Shout out General.
Fun
I'll
one.
say, like, in moving here, I didn't realize until I got here how big wrestling was, not only in this area but in this state.
Yeah, no, PA and Texas are the biggest wrestling states, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up wrestling, and so I used to go. I went to Mercier's, but I did a lot of stuff with Prep's wrestling team, and I did like the Be a Dog tournaments, and I would help ref that or whatever. I did a lot of playing under some of those wrestling coaches at Prep, and man, they have a star-studded lineup there.
You went to Mercier's Prep?
Yeah, they didn't have a team first few years. Then we combined with Iroquois, and then COVID came, so I didn't get to wrestle a whole bunch. But growing up, I did a whole bunch of stuff with Prep. Yeah. They were all over the place. Great school for wrestling.
I think that's a show.
Wow.
You stole my line.
No, not again.
Stole my line.
Again.
You stole my line. No, that is a show. That's a show. I'm just going to say it 7 more times. All right, guys. Good stuff. John, Cameron, for the viewers out there, thanks for hanging out with us once again. That is an episode of Jet Sports 3 and Out. We'll see you next time.